So one is that, educating them. There are some clients after the education, they understand the value and are okay to go ahead with it. There are some who still want to kind of, then you let go.
So I wanted to ask one more thing, that there are a lot of people who are very creative.
Yes.
And they do get into a business that requires creativity.
Yes.
But having creativity and running a business are two very different things, as I realize. Do you think, you're from a business family, as I've come to know, do you think there is, that was like an advantage when you were doing on your own, that there is knowledge, isn't it? Because to have creativity and to use that in a
Yes.
business sense are two very different things to understand, because sometimes you're time bound. To have creativity in a time bound to deliver, how does that work? How do you?
Artists in general cannot put a price tag to their art.
Correct.
Right? Because an artist works from their heart. It's never from their mind.
Correct.
And when you work from your heart, you cannot put a price to it, because that's priceless.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
So I face that difficulty myself. It's very difficult to put a price tag to what you've done, because you do get conscious also. Oh, what if I overcharge and
Correct.
they'll not buy it off me?
Correct.
What if I undercharge, then I've undervalued myself. So what's that perfect price?
Correct.
Right? It's very difficult to define that.
Correct.
Because branding, art rather, is an intangible asset. I'm not talking about paintings. I'm talking about the commercial arts.
Correct.
Commercial arts is more of an intangible asset, like your logo. Unfortunately, I see it as a tangible asset. Industry in general, especially, like I said, the startups take it as an intangible asset. They don't realize the value of it.
Correct.
So it gets very difficult to kind of reach that space. But with a little bit of learning, some obviously downfalls, you kind of learn a little about what is the right,
correct, the right balance between
the right price.
The
Yes.
right price.
Yes.
There's also, because nowadays you can Google and say, I want to design a logo, how much will it cost? And I'm sure you get clients like that who say ki, I want a logo, this much is my price.
Yeah, I've heard some really crazy prices coming.
How do you try and explain them? Because I have known a few success stories in my research that you have, they've come up with a particular price of, say, for example, 10,000 is what I'm looking for. And you've actually made them aware of the value that is getting created.
Yes.
And they've spent 5 times to that and still continue to being a good brand. How do you speak to the clients at that stage?
So there are two ways of approaching it. One is, again, education. You explain them what is it that you're adding value.
Correct.
Right? When I initially started, I had created a small presentation on branding, just to explain them why branding is important and what all are the elements in branding which are very important to kickstart the branding journey of yours. So one is that, educating them. There are some clients after the education, they understand the value and are okay to go ahead with it. There are some who still want to kind of, then you let go.
Yeah.
Then you let go, because then you can't give them that value, right?
Correct.
And a person who doesn't understand, it's as simple as this. Because I know that it's an Apple product.
Yeah.
Right? I'm willing to spend an X amount to purchase a phone or a
MacBook or anything,
or whatever. Shoes. I know it's a Nike. I'm just going to pay for that much. I know it's a premium. I can go to a Bata and get a similar shoe for myself. The comfort would probably be the same. I don't know. It could be a little different also.
Correct.
But I'm willing to pay that because I know that they come from that kind of, and a company where I know they're using genuine products. But so is Bata.
Absolutely.
You get it.
Yeah.
So it's not that Bata's not a good company and, Nike. There are times when a Nike shoe doesn't suit me and a Bata shoe suits me better.
Correct. Absolutely.
So it's not about, it's about understanding what is it that you're getting as a value.
Correct.
So here again, that thing about tangible asset and intangible asset gets applied. because I am willing to pay because I know it's a big brand which is already existing in the market.
Correct.
Right? But you are not willing to make your brand a Nike.
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
It's as simple as that. I am here sitting trying to make your brand go to that level.
Correct.